Hey, Stoners. Welcome to another edition of Sticks and Stones. I'm your host, Brett Elrod, coming to you from the cozy confines here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. I have another great matchup for you today, I hope. I'm pairing the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Connecticut with Barrel Bourbon Private Release. I think it's going to be a great matchup. So right after this, we are going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary, this particular stick is a Gordo, the country of origin, Nicaragua, from the Tabacalera Perdomo there in Nicaragua. The binder is Nicaraguan. The filler is a blend of Esteli, Condega, and Jalapa Valley tobaccos, and that is cloaked in an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. This particular stick is a Gordo 6x60 on the ring gauge, and surprisingly, this Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper has some flaws in it. I was looking over it right before we went live, and I'm kind of dumbfounded. It's not up to particular Perdomo standards. Now, if you saw my short a week or two ago, I got in a pack of 4 Perdomo cigars. So part of it could be the packaging, but for those of you that are watching on live stream, I'll also have some pictures of this posted a little later. Here's what the foot looks like. The wrapper has cracked and fallen away, exposing the binder in a small spot about the size of a pea or so. And then farther up the stick, there is a little bit more. It's like wrinkling in the leaf. I don't think it'll show up very well on camera, but I did take a picture of it. But then there is some significant there's some significant flaws in the cap. Looks like where they I don't know, it just didn't do a really good job of putting the cap on it. I'm pretty surprised. This is not what I expected as far as Perdomo's normal quality standards, but we're going to go ahead and move on. It does have tight seams. They are visible. It has very minimal veining. I mean, there's not a lot of veining on this at all, but what there is, it's very easy to see. And then it does have, as I mentioned, the double cap. And it's very nicely packed. There aren't any soft spots or overly hard spots in it. It's got just a little bit of give to it. So, yeah, and it is, I mean, as you can see from, if you're on the live stream, it is a very beautiful light tan wrapper. And it is reminiscent of maybe more of the Cuban grown leaves. So hopefully it's going to burn very well for us. So let's check out the nose. I get everything seems to be fairly faint. There's not any robust aromas coming off the nose, so everything is very subtle. But I get a little bit of chocolate, some sugar, some spice, and just a hint of wood. Let's go ahead and give it a cut. Check out the cold draw. Using my C-Car V cutter. Now the wrapper is very, very smooth and silky on your lips. There's not a lot of graininess. Some cigar wrappers kind of have that feel of the old grocery paper sacks. Not this one. This one is just smooth as silk. On the cold draw, I get, it's an easy draw, not over easy, not too hard. Seems like just the right amount. I get a little bit of cinnamon and some coffee and some chocolate, but it's a more of a, like a richer, creamier, kind of like white chocolate. Thank you. And then there's some more sugary sweetness on it. Other than the visual issues I found, so far so good. So now, barrel bourbon, private release. I hope you're not going to be inserting comments all throughout the show. Move on. Anyway, barrel bourbon, private release. I've tried this and paired it before with another spirit a year or so ago. I thought it would be a good matchup for this one. This blend is the BA2K. See if I can get that close enough to the camera for you to see it. They have a plethora of blends. When you go to Total Wine or Specs or wherever it is that you buy your spirits from, they have barrel bourbon sitting on the shelf. There's lots of them. And that's because they blend their whiskey and they use all different kinds of blends. You're about to find out right now. This BA2K is 40% 5-year bourbons, 40% 10-year, 5% 14-year, and 15% 16-year aged bourbons that are distilled in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. So there's a lot going on in the bottle. Now, that does mean that you can't really nail down the mash bill because there's so many different whiskeys in there. So it does vary based on the blend. Now, it is a 58.09% alcohol by volume, which makes it 116.18 proof. So let's go ahead and nose up a little bit. That was kind of a letdown. Dude, you need to calm it down. You're not providing anything of any value. All right. Now, visually, those of you that are watching on live stream, you can tell this is just a beautiful, beautiful copper color, what you might call it kind of a darker amber color. It's got really good legs. It clings to the glass really well. Doesn't seem to be thin at all. It's got really good viscosity to it. On the nose, there is quite a bit of alcohol pungentness, something like that. But after you get past that, you get cherries and some cedar, a little bit of vanilla, and also some chocolate. Try not to stick my nose too far into the glass because the alcohol will just kind of take over. I mean, it's 116 plus proof, so it's got some heft to it. Yeah, I mean, it does have a really nice nose on it once you kind of get past the alcohol. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. All right, it's got alcohol burn to it. It is a high proof, so you're going to get pepper. I mean, you're going to get a high proof, but there's pepper right on the front of your tongue. But then there's also some more cherries, kind of some butterscotch and honey. um, cinnamon, maybe a little bit of orange peel or citrus. Um, and I mean, it does have a significant amount of alcohol burn, but it is actually very sippable, even at that 116 proof. So it is fairly mellow to be that high. It's high, but it's not high. It is, but it isn't. Something like that. All right. Now then, let's try these together. Everybody's conspiring against me today. All right. The first thing that I notice is where that spot was. It actually kind of expanded out when the heat hit it. Very disappointed in the quality of this particular stick. I would need to smoke more of these to see if that's, you know, if it was just the packaging, it's coming in that 4-pack, or if it's something that's a little more inherent in the cigar. I'm hoping, and I don't think it's the latter, but you know, I want to be I want to be honest about this. It's got some great flavors on the profile, I can tell you that. There's really a good volume of smoke coming off the stick. Uh, it's got some notes of like sweet cream, cedar. There's some more white chocolate in there that was on the nose. Uh, there's there's some hints of like buttered toast, and on the retro, I got I got almost a little bit of lemony citrus in the retro inhale. I don't really at this point. I'm not picking up a lot of pepper. It's got some really good flavors to it. This is, I mean, other than the visual construction issues that I've noticed, I mean, it is a very good stick. All right, well, let's try them together. Turn up the volume a little bit. I don't know that I'm being quite loud enough, especially with the crows and everything going on. I will say the cigar kind of tamps down the the heaviness, the heavy the alcohol burn in the beginning of the drink. It does kind of smooth it out a little bit, and I think really enhances the flavor of the barrel proof barrel barrel bourbon private reserve. It's a lot to get out. They do seem to be going together pretty well. Kind of the cinnamon and the coffee and the chocolate on the stick is pairing real well with the notes of butterscotch and honey on the spirit, and the other flavors just kind of coalesce around those. Um, I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and then I will come back and give you an update. Those of you on live stream, I'll hang with you for a couple of minutes. This is what I do when in between the initial light and the half and the finish. Uh, I know most cigar folks break it up into thirds, but I don't know, it just didn't seem to make sense to me. Initial, midway, finish. That's kind of how I feel about it. Let me know if you like this idea of the live stream thing. I just kind of figured it would give people a way to get a jump start on the pairing. Yeah, it does. It has kind of a lemony citrus when you do a little retro on it. Got a pretty straight burn line. A little wave here and there in it, but not much. I've got the Game Center on for pro football. Don't want to say the initials. They might send me a cease and desist. But I don't have any of the games on. I've cut the cord, and I haven't upped the game to the heavy duty streaming memberships or whatever to be able to watch even a lot of college football or any pro football. I can get the Monday night game on ESPN, but just wanted to take some time off from. I started with the one that also has the big, huge mobile network, and I was paying $270 a month, and I wasn't watching $270 a month worth of channels. So I got the idea that I would go to the streaming stuff. And actually, right now, I'm only spending like $30 or $40 a month. But I'll probably up it before, well, maybe around the time the year's out. Am I loud enough? Or are you just having to read the closed caption? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can actually hear me. I'm streaming myself on an old phone. Stream myself on an old phone and just kind of keep up. So, because I can't, like on my soundboard for audio for the podcast, I've got my my ears in, so I can hear myself, and I can also see on the meters how high the volume is going. But I don't have any way of measuring on streaming other than to tune in from somewhere else and listen. So I have an old phone, doesn't have cell service, but I can hook it up to the Wi-Fi. Improvise, overcome, adapt. And the stream is about 3 or 4 seconds, maybe 5 behind, because I can read the closed captions. So I know what I'm saying and I know where I am. And yeah, just a few seconds behind. But so far, I'm loving it. I hope you're liking it as much as I do. Please tell me. Put it in the chat. Yeah, I like this. Oh, this sucks. You need to do something else. Whatever. So definitely need to go and support our affiliates. I am very appreciative of them. We are affiliated, of course, with Total Wine and Cigars International. And there's always now in the description of the podcast a link to the cigar at Cigars International and to the Spirit at Total Wine. And if you live in an area where either you have Total Wine locations or you're in a state that they can ship to. Unfortunately, Texas is not one of them, but I have Total Wine right down the street. So you can have it delivered to your house if you're local, and you can have it shipped to your house if you're in one of the many states that they ship in. Of course, Cigars International, they pretty much send it anywhere. So I love these guys. I mean, it was a big step up having this kind of affiliate linkage so that I can bring this to you. It's, I think it's very important. I think it's very important for you as listeners, and hope you get the value add out of it. But, we also have ad partners. My biggest, sorry for my bald head, my new Stetson Toasted Palm. That comes from Pinto Ranch. Pinto Ranch is another one of our affiliates. They got some great Western wear. I'm hoping the cowboy hat thing kind of catches on, and I start seeing people around with the Stetson Toasted Palm on. That would be really cool. But they have pants, shirts, men's, women's, from very economical to you're not worried about the budget. They've got it all. And then we have a litany of others. Carhartt workwear, great workwear. I've got T-shirt. I've got a couple pairs of cargo shorts, or whatever they call them, carpenter pants, shorts. They work very well for me. The people on Getter did not like me advertising Carhartt over there. Says something about vaccines. I don't know. I'm just like, chill out. Huck, high performance fishing wear. Spend a lot of time down in the Redneck Riviera like I do, or on a beach anywhere. Need to look up Huck. Caliber Coffee. Caliber Coffee is an up and coming, veteran owned South Carolina coffee company that they produce some very, very good coffees. I love their 22 caliber. 22 caliber is probably the best blend I've ever tasted. And I used to own a coffee house. It's a light roast, which to me, lightly roasting brings out more of the flavor of the bean, where once the darker you get, the more burn and bitter you get. And I think the coffee people tell you that it enhances flavor, but I don't think it does. And I owned a coffee house and I roasted my own beans, and most of the people that I sold coffee to bought the lighter roast. Once they tried it, they were just like, this is amazing. You can find links to all of those on Sticks-n-Stonez.com. Go to the affiliates page. They're there. And I have advertisements throughout the page. Go and look at the blog. Got some really good posts on the blog. I'm sorry, I'm a diehard Texas A&M guy. I've got one daughter that graduated from A&M. I've got two more daughters warming up in the bullpen to go to A&M, and I did graduate work there. So we are an A&M family. But I don't even have any idea where I was going with that. I just finalized an agreement with Fanatics, so we're going to be having a lot of tumblers, T-shirts, hats, all that kind of stuff. I'll be posting some stuff on it, but you can find all of that at the Sticks-n-Stonez page. STICKSNSTONEZ.com. Simple. Or there's a link in the Instagram bio. So go to Koji, K-O-J-I. That's who I use instead of, forgot what the other one was, one that everybody else was using. I got to be different. I mean, other than the, construction issues we had in the beginning, this is still a really good stick. And I mean, I'm a good inch into it. I got a little berry off of that. That was very unexpected. Yeah, just some kind of a hint of some mixed berries. Uh, maybe it's been some subtle changes in the stick that have kind of brought that out. But that's one thing with this barrel bourbon, the private release, that the way they blend things. Uh, there's so many different flavors in there. Uh, I mean, you're talking 5 different whiskeys into this one bottle at specific. Number one, they were specific ages, and number two, they're specific percentages. So it's getting what they want. And 5 different whiskeys, there could very easily be dozens of palate notes in here that one person might pick up and another person might not. So I always tell people, use what I'm giving you as a gauge, and then you can go try it and say, yeah, I agree with that, or I didn't get that, I got this. I love to hear about it because it's really interesting at what different people can pick up on palate. So, but I won't just keep rattling on, you know. Uh, I hope you enjoy the live stream. Please let me know what you think about it, and maybe I'll keep doing it because I kind of enjoy it. But you will have to wait until the audio drops in a few days and to get my final thoughts. Keep your sticks dry, stones cold. Have a great day.